Hello children, welcome back to another recapitulation video of mine. Today we are going to look into chapter 5, geography chapter, manufacturing industries. What do you mean by manufacturing? Children, in the previous lessons we have learned about three sectors, the primary sector, the secondary sector and then the tertiary sector. The manufacturing sector comes under the secondary sector. What exactly is manufacturing? Manufacturing is nothing but converting the raw material into a valuable product, and this is done in large quantities and in a factory. This is called manufacturing. People employed in the secondary sector converts the primary materials into a finished product, and when this is done, this helps in the uh, trade and commerce and automatically increases the economical development of the country. Manufacturing industry is considered as the backbone of our economic development of India. Why is it so? Let's have a look. First one, increase in manufacturing industry helps in the reduction of dependency in agriculture. Second one, it creates lot of job opportunities which automatically reduces unemployment and which in turn reduces poverty of our country. Number three, it increases the trade and commerce in the global scenario, and automatically this helps in the increase of foreign exchange which will be entering into our country. And the last one is national prosperity, since there is a lot of industries which leads to job employment, the standard of living of the people increases, it reduces the poverty level of the people in our country, and automatically this helps in the overall development of our country, which leads to natural prosperity. Interrelationship between agriculture and industry. Is agriculture and industry interrelated? Do they go hand in hand? Well, children, the answer is yes. Agro industries in India has boosted the agriculture by raising its productivity. How it has happened? Let's have a look. Industries always depend on agriculture for their raw material. For example, cotton, jute, etc. Industries, in turn, provide many agriculture inputs like irrigation pumps, fertilizers, pesticides, pipes, etc., which helps the farmers in cultivating their crops. So from this, we can understand agriculture and industries go hand in hand. Also, development of different modes of transportation by the industrial sectors has not only helped the farmers to obtain agriculture input but also helped them to trade their product. So from all this we can understand without agriculture industry cannot exist, and without industry agriculture cannot survive. Now let's look into the factors that an industrialist will look into while setting up his factory. First one, raw material. The industrialist will look into the distance and the availability of the raw material that his factory requires to produce the good. Second one, availability of cheap, skilled and unskilled laborers. Third one, the capital which he is going to invest. Fourth, the availability of electricity and water that is there in that area that will help him in the smooth functioning of his industry. Last one, market and government policies should be favorable to him so that he will be able to function smoothly and also earn a reasonable profit. Now let's look into the classification of industries. Industries can be classified into several groups. A brief account is given below. On the base of raw materials, it can be divided into agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. According to their main roles, it can be divided into basic industry or cottage industry or consumer industry. On the base of capital invested, large-scale industry and small-scale industry. On the base of ownership, public sector industries, private sector industries, joint sector industries and cooperative society. On the base of bulk and weight of raw materials and finished goods, it can be divided into heavy industries such as iron and steel and light industries such as electrical industries. Industries can further be classified into four: agro-based industry, mineral-based industry, automobiles and information technology. Agro-based industries can be again subdivided into cotton textile, jute textile, sugar industries, etc. Mineral-based industries are further classified as iron and steel, aluminum smelting, chemicals, fertilizers and cement. Now let's look at them one by one. What are agro-based industries? Industries based on agricultural raw materials are called agro-based industries. For example, children, cotton textiles, jute textiles, silk textiles, synthetic textiles, sugar industries, etc. Now let's look into cotton textile. This industry has a close link with agriculture and provides a livelihood for farmers, cotton ball pluckers, workers engaged in ginning, spinning, weaving, etc. It also provides many support to other industries such as chemical and dye, packing materials and engineering work. Cotton textile contributes 14% of industrial production, provides employment to 35 million persons directly. It is spread over 30 towns and cities of India located in Maharashtra and Gujarat. Now children, why is cotton textiles mostly located in Maharashtra and Gujarat? Let's find out. First one, availability of raw cotton, which is there in plenty. Number 2, the moist climate found in that area. Number 3, well-developed transport system and the accessibility of cheap labor. Because of all this, cotton textile industries are mostly located in the state of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Now let's see the problems these textile faces. Number 1, the yarn in India is produced by small industries and small units which caters for the local market. So, manufacturers who's producing a large amount has to import fabric from outside, and this automatically leads a mismatch between these two. Number 2, the most of the machines are outdated. No modern equipments are found. Number 3, irregular power supply. Number 4, stiff competition or tough competition from fiber industries like synthetic and low labor output. Because of this, cotton textiles are not able to give the full potential as it's supposed to be given, and automatically this leads a decline in the economic growth of the country. Now let's look into the next industry, the jute industry. Children, as you all know, India is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods. Most of the mills are located in West Bengal along the bank of Hooghly River. Why is that? Jute mills are mostly concentrated on the banks of the Hooghly River. Well, let's have a look. Number 1, the availability of raw jute. Number 2, inexpensive water transport provided by the Hooghly River. Number 3, well connected by good network of railways, waterways and roadways to facilitate the movement of raw material to the mill. Number 4, availability of water which is required for processing raw jute. Number 5, availability of cheap labor from West Bengal and other states like Bihar, Orissa and UP. Number 6, Kolkata, the port and a large urban center provides banking, insurance and port facility for the export of jute good. Because of these reasons, we find jute mills mostly concentrated on the bank of river Hooghly. Now, let's see what are the problems these industries faced. First one, demand of jute products has decreased due to synthetic substitute in national and international market. Number two, India faces a problem of shortage of raw jute as most of the jute growing areas are in Bangladesh. Are in Bangladesh. Next one is outdated machines and methods for processing jute. Now, what are the steps taken by the government to overcome this? Let's have a look. In 2005, National Jute Policy was formulated with the objective of increasing productivity, improving quality and ensuring good price for the jute farmers and also enhancing the yield per hectare. And also with the latest law of abolishing plastics and use of plastic, jute has come into picture and demand of jute bags are seen by the people in and across the country. Now let's have a look at the sugar industry. Children, India stands second as the world's producer of sugar but occupies the first place in the production of gur and kandasari. This industry is seasonal in nature. Now, what are the challenges this industry faces? Number one, like I mentioned before, it is seasonal in nature. Number two, old and inefficient method of production. Number three, there is a delay in transport in reaching the cane to the factory. And number four, the need to maximize the use of baggages. Now let's look into the next classification of industries, that is mineral-based industries. What are mineral-based industries, children? Manufacturing industries that uses minerals as raw materials are called mineral-based industry. Example, iron and steel, aluminum smelting, chemicals, etc. Now let's look at a different type of mineral-based industries. Iron and steel is the basic industry as all other industries, heavy, medium and light, depends on it for their machineries. It is considered as a heavy industry because all the raw materials as well as finished goods are heavy and bulky entailing heavy transportation cost. The main raw materials used in iron and steel industries are iron ore, coal and limestone. The raw materials and finished products of iron and steel are quite bulky. Hence, these industries must be located near the mining area and must be connected by good transport network. India has many mini steel plants that produces customized alloy steel using scrap iron or sponge iron as raw material. China has become the world's largest producer and consumer of steel, leaving India far behind. Most steel manufacturing industries are located in Chota Nagpur Plateau region because of the availability of inexpensive, high-graded raw material and abundant cheap labor. The main challenges faced by the industry in realizing its full potential are limited supply of expensive coking coal, erratic power supply, low output of labor, and poor infrastructure. Now let's look at aluminum smelting. What are its features? Good conductor, malleable and strong. It is used in preparing aircraft, wires and utensils. The places where this is located is West Bengal and Odisha. Chemical industries. The products are sulfuric acid and nitric acid, synthetic fibers and plastic products. It contributes 3% of the total GDP. Fertilizer industry. The products are nitrogenous fertilizer, The raw material used is potash, which has been imported from other countries. Chemical industry, raw material is silica, limestone and alumina. It is used for construction of buildings. The first cement plant was found in Madras in the year 1904. Now the next industry is the automobile industry, which deals with the manufacturing of cars and buses. In India, we have 30 plus industries located throughout the country. Delhi, Gurgaon and Pune are the places where these industries are mostly located. The last one is the information technological industry. The products are TV, mobile, laptops, etc. Bangalore is the electronic capital of India. Now let's look into the causes that leads to industrial pollution. Industries has caused severe pollution of our natural resources. Industries caused environment degradation through four main types of pollution. Number 1, air. Number 2, water. Number 3, thermal. And number 4, noise. What is air pollution? Smoke contains undesirable gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and carbon monoxide. Besides, solid and liquid particles like dust and spray mist, which causes air pollution. Air pollution affects the health of humans, animals, and birds alike and also causes damages to buildings. Next one is water pollution. Water pollution is caused by the discharge of untreated chemical waste like dye, detergents, acid, heavy metals like lead and mercury, pesticides, fertilizers, plastic from industries into freshwater bodies like rivers and lakes. Solid waste like fly ash, iron and steel slag also causes water pollution. Water pollution affects the aquatic life and also the water qualities which is being consumed by us nowadays. The next one is thermal pollution. The industries often discharge hot water into the rivers. This leads to thermal pollution. Thermal pollution kills the aquatic animals and also makes the water contaminated. The last one is noise pollution. Loud noise can lead to irritation, loss of hearings, and increase in blood pressure and heartbeat rates. Industrial machineries, constructions, activities, generators, and equipments like saw and drill are mainly responsible for noise pollution. How do we control industrial pollution? Let's look at it one by one. First one, air pollution. By growing more trees, by setting the factories far away from the towns and residential area, by seeing that every factory which is constructed or is being constructed has long, huge chimneys which automatically helps in disposing of gases at a much higher level in the atmosphere. The next one is water by using methods to treat the wastewater. Wastewater treatment involves three steps. First one is the primary treatment through screening, grinding and sedimentation. Secondary treatment through bacterial action to digest harmful chemicals. Tertiary stage of stirring with chemicals to neutralize remaining harmful waste. Treated wastewater can be recycled for reuse in industrial process. Rainwater harvesting can be used to meet the requirements of water for industrial process. The next one is thermal pollution. The thermal pollution is discharging of hot water, but if the factories take steps to see that they cool the water and then throw it into the river, this will reduce thermal pollution. The next one is noise pollution. We can control noise pollution by using absorbing materials and earplugs. National Thermal Power Corporation or NTPC is a major electricity generation and distribution company in India. NTPC has demonstrated how conservation of environment and natural resources can happen simultaneously with industrial growth. Number one, by adopting latest technical know and how, minimizing wastage, providing green covers, reducing environment pollution, and continuous ecological monitoring. So if we take these steps, we can control industrial pollution that's happening in our country and in the world throughout. Well, children, we have completed this chapter. I hope all the concepts are very clear to you now. I will be back again with another video. Till then, be safe and wish you all a very happy new year and see you all again in the year 2022.